Alright, so this video, the reason why I'm uploading a while is because I've been working on this long video. It's taken me quite a while to write this thing out, but this is going to be kind of like what I want to see, or my theory for the rest of this chapter, in fact. We've gone through many live events. The first one I recorded was the device event, chapter 2. Sadly, I don't actually have those recordings on me because it was on the other PS4, but I still have some other ones on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the entire thing that I've written. That's what I would like to see, or my theory, if you want to put it like that. So in Season 3, this season, we were introduced to a new unknown character watching us from outside the loop. And now what I'm about to follow up with is what I believe will happen for the next few seasons. Throughout Season 3, the map will slowly be converted, with certain POIs turning into however the reality tree makes it. I believe this new character is one we've seen before. I'll get to that later. And she's back for revenge. Begin our story with the end of Season 3. It is revealed that the unknown character is none other than the Cube Queen. She has somehow come back, but is more furious than ever. Season 3 was simply her mind controlling everyone to focus on relaxing, making us blind to her plan. In Season 4, she arrives once again to take over the island, but this time she uses the reality tree to turn it into how she wants. Soon we are at war again, but this time we fail to stop her. Throughout Season 4 we get little mentions of the Foundation and Jones, but nothing else solidifies their safety. Pretty soon, the Seven are destroyed by the new wildlife and Queen's troops, and they take off, leaving the island. The Queen then makes her way to the Zero Point to claim what is hers. Throughout this season, we see major things going on. All the islanders go into hiding. Every game you play, you'll be fighting with Queen's troops. However, she's no longer the Cube Queen. In fact, she is the reality Queen. Origin is most disturbed by this, and it's believed that in the devastation caused by the flooding of the island, she actually propelled herself outside of the loop. She wasn't crushed. But due to the force of it and the power emitted, it kind of gave her a new look. Season 5 begins and reality is starting to break down. Geno is still seen in the Zero Point. Now the Zero Point is basically lifted up from Loot Lake, and it kind of, like in the live event, Geno is seen in it. The Queen sees this, but does not go near it, which shows a kind of scaredness of Geno. She is afraid of him and what he could do. This is when we get the greatest reveal, that Dr. Sloan is still alive. But instead of fighting, she is regretful and explains the reasons behind her attacks, how they were always controlled by Geno, how she never really wanted to do this much harm, but she had to do what she must to save the island. It is revealed that Geno has been forcing her to fight the Seven. She knew she couldn't win, but she was too far into the mess she had made to turn around. With the info that Sloan returned, the visitor quickly made his way down to bring her to the Ice Moon. Dr. Sloan again explained what happened, but stated that she helped Paradigm escape her cell in the IO building because she knew that Paradigm would keep stopping Geno. What I mean by this is there's been said that in certain things that apparently Paradigm was kidnapped, not kidnapped, sorry, was held prisoner with the Origin, but Paradigm managed to escape a cell that Origin couldn't have. That led to Origin thinking that she was getting inside help from the IO. This silences the Seven. Origin looks at Paradigm and she hugs her, apologising again for what he and the rest of everyone else has done. Accusations untold. Then we see the Foundation and Jones slowly closing in on IO's HQ. Season 5 ends with the Seven forming a plot against the Queen. So, at some points there where I say how the Origin hugs Paradigm, that is an event. Okay, the event for season 4, or so sorry, was that season 5, would simply be just Doctor's. Actually, wait. No, it would be season 4. The event. It'd be probably just the Queen making more destruction and revealing the underground cave, which she obviously ripped up the 0 point at the end of season 4, and it down there is Sloane trying to survive, which is why she was, which is where she was. Season 5 would end with the live event of, really, the way I want to see it is nothing crazy. It's literally them planning attacks. The way I imagine it is if Fortnite had a kind of like a show, TV reality show, something like that, or an animated thing. This is how it kind of play out. Okay, that's kind of from the view of a script. Okay, or kind of, I don't know how I want to say it. Season 6 begins with the Loopers and Seven fighting the Cube Queen, who is now constructed a palace around the 0 point, with this energy keeping it locked beneath the water, still afraid of John. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, by golly gosh. The island seems to be losing the battle, all until Dr. Sloane and the rest of the ex-IO troops arrive in tanks and blimps, painted with the 7 logo, and new resistant banners together, fighting the Queen's forces. The entire season plays out exactly like season 2 of this chapter, except the IO fighting with the 7 to bring peace. In the end of season live event, we managed to break into the palace with Queen greets us, explaining how she planned all this to occur, but the 7 do not care, and rip out the 0 point. The Queen, now scared, tries to fight the 7, but with the newly formed Imagined Peace, which is the Imagined Order's new name, the Queen is forced to leave, but jumps into the 0 point. Through the 0 point, it reveals that Geno has captured the Foundation, and Jones. Season 7 arrives, and now it's time to build their troops. The Imagined Peace begin to build more airships and tanks, built for dimensional travel and space travel. Others are built for regular combat, and the 7 build their rockets. A connection link from the Ice Moon to the island is constructed so the 7 can basically go from one place to another. For once, Dr. Sloane gets to use the 0 point for good, and the 7 get to keep it safe. Together, working in an alliance, they prepare for the biggest battle they will ever have to fight. This season is kept mainly simple, and there's not much progression aside than preparing for war. At the end of the season, disaster strikes, when the island suddenly shakes. The once extinct volcano becomes active. Confused and shocked, the Seven pulls off their assault and tries to figure out what caused this to occur. Season 7 ends, and Season 8 begins, with more fire and more destruction than ever. Lava flows everywhere, and there are constant eruptions destroying the land. Mud flows, landslides, hell unleashes on the island. The Seven quickly work and try to stop this, but it's no use. The island is losing to Mother Nature, the strongest force of all. Until one person notices that the volcano's behavior isn't right. None other than the Fire King arrives. He sensed the volcano's presence and returned. He knows that this volcano isn't erupting because of nature. Someone is forcing it to. People believe Dr. Sloan is doing it and begin to turn against her. But they are quickly proven wrong when they realize who has done it. And what they have blindly missed this entire time. We witnessed some footage inside. We witnessed some inside footage from a spy in the IO HQ of Geno activating the volcano to stop the Seven from getting to him. Season 8 ends with the volcano erupting and blowing up these POIs. Logjam Lumberyard, Greasy Grove, and Condo Canyon. But the worst thing of all was that once again Tilted Towers
Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
was destroyed.
what an event that was. Dude, that was insane.
By the way, when I say
I'll try
that
this up as fast as I
inside
can.
footage is revealed,
See you guys in the next
like
video,
when
yeah?
I said about when I talk about Geno and Foundation, that is the end of the
I
event.
edited
You know,
my
that little like
video
after
recording,
scene.
you know what, it's fine. We're going to... I can still link
Season
it.
9 starts with the reconstruction of all the destroyed POIs, turning them into powerful
Guys, let's do
bases
this.
with powerful IO
Attack
cannons.
the heart.
It's a powerful price there. Operation.
Remember, switch your side weapon.
And
switch
docks
your
for
other side
blimps
weapon.
with high-tech 7
It's so
technology
much
to
better
protect the
than
POIs.
fighting.
We see
Uh-oh.
in this
Help,
trailer
help, help.
that Geno is sitting in his office, waiting for something.
Took our weapons away.
In the background, we
They're
see a
killing
purple
people.
fire. The Seven and Imagine Peace bring up the topic of war again to the island. Although the inhabitants are tired
No.
and that they are willing to give it one last shot to free everyone from the loop. With Sloan on board, nothing could stop them until the 0 point pulses.
Oh my god.
It
what?
drifts the entire POI
No.
Paradise Palms back to the Chapter 3. Confused with this random event,
11.
the Seven
11.
investigate. The scientist looks around, takes energy readings,
11.
only to find out that the place is rigged with explosive.
Come on, IO.
Seeing an IO logo,
Truly escape.
he runs. The place is destroyed, along with many casualties.
Josie.
You just had to be the hero.
Now knowing what will
Dude,
happen,
this
the
is
Seven and Imagine Peace begin Operation 0 Point.
This is
Singularity,
Do it.
or Paradigm,
This isn't personal, Joe.
also built a statue of herself in the lake.
Would someone see
There is no live event for Season 9, as the Seven are not
The
ready
Rock.
to fully
Go.
go into battle.
Dude, that was sick.
So let me clear up some stuff there. with the bombs on Paradise Palm. Paradise Palm takes over Condo Canyon. I got over.
Oh my god!
Um,
It's the rock underneath!
it basically destroys Condo Canyon and it's proposed with Paradise Palms, but there are explosives on it, and the scientist was really the only one sent out to investigate it, and it exploded, leaving destruction there. The entire place is destroyed. There are massive craters, but some buildings still partially stand.
Someone said this on Twitter. I wonder if it's the
Season next of Chapter 3 is here, and the world is destabilizing. Fast.
Even Joe's
Reconstruction of certain POIs begin.
dude, that gun is sick.
They know that if they can do this, they know that they will win, and that this is worth doing. The Seven are now in their final preparation stage of their plan, and start to set beacons ready to create rift sims. Rockets shot with bombs, blimps fueled,
Oh my god.
they are ready to fight. This live event is 1 hour long, and it will take place as followed.
Oh my god, this the scientist.
The Seven
It's
suit
me.
up and enter the 0 point, which is still focused on Jenna. They discover the IO's HQ and sneak in thanks to inside help. All seems to be going well until Jenna arrives. He immediately begins by talking and congratulating the Seven on their work, although he cannot see what is going on the island.
Dude, this is me as well.
He knows that they killed Sloane, and he starts to
It's me,
criticize her
see? Come on, let's go,
and
guys.
the way she ran
Come
things.
on, follow me, guys. Hey, guys, here. Okay. Look
The
at
Seven
this.
are shocked by this,
This should be
Hunger run for your life, huh? Great cardio.
seeing
I'm telling you,
Let me get
an IO operative manipulate another IO.
rotation first.
move, everyone.
Rotate. Oh, I
Oof,
know what's going
until-
on. The island's flipping over.
Sloane pops out from
The
behind
island's
Origin.
flipping.
On the verge of tears,
Oh my god.
she begins to go on about how she trusted him and saw him as a father to her,
Right up here, and I will give
something
you a water break soon.
she never had.
He sounds so good.
This quietens the
Oh my
room,
god, they're in
and
here.
Jenna apologizes for
They're
what
under
he
the
has
water.
done.
Oh my god. Jones.
What a day, am I
He
right?
asks her to join the IO,
This is sick.
but she refuses. Tired of what he has done,
Careful, edges
I'm-
are hot.
and with the deed done, Paradigm breaks through the ceiling
This is the
and releases
epicenter.
Foundation from his cell,
We're safe here.
who immediately attacks Jenna and starts to punch him. While Jones walks out,
Where's my gun? Okay.
shocked
I
to see
may have dropped it
Sloane
in
with the Seven.
0 point.
Why does
He
she
hugs
make
her
me keep saving you?
Dude,
and
Good.
thanks her.
You made it. And you brought the loopers.
That is when she pulls out the
We should be
Zapatron.
safe here.
She aims it at Jones.
You called this safe?
Jones is shocked, and the Seven immediately
Atmospheric pressure.
stand back.
oh my god.
Well, what about that?
She states,
You ready to swim?
"Well, aren't you gonna duck?" Jones ducks out of the way, just in time, so Sloane can
Dude,
shoot
it's a scene.
Jenna, who was badly injuring the
Look, look,
Foundation.
look, look. It's the scene we got from the vent
A
thing.
massive explosion occurs,
Dude.
and Jenna is thought to have died.
I'm
The
alright.
team of 9 run from the building to meet Gunnar and the entirety of the IO troops at the bottom. This is when Gunnar speaks about how he has seen the truth in the IO. He puts down his gun and kneels before the Seven,
What are you doing?
followed by the 1,000 of troops. This is when the scientist speaks up. He yells at them to not kneel and pick up their guns to help fight.
Destroy the ships as it collapses. Come on.
The IO get up and cheer. The 7 and newly joined IO voices head out outside, to which they face the
It
cube
almost looks like it's cut up
once
then.
again. She is now trying to terraform this new reality, to take full control of the 0 point. However, before they fight, Geno arises.
Uh-oh.
But this time,
That's not good.
he is not the same.
That's not good. That's not good.
He is no longer human. He had taken some of the 0 point's power, but this has corrupted him, turning him into
Oh,
0.
is this having a monk ground with Moses?
Everyone come here. Everyone to the table.
The Queen, now realizing where she is
Where am I
now
supposed to go?
terrified.
His weapon system will reach critical mass sooner than expected.
But instead of running, she fires her first shot at Geno, who in return fires a beam at her.
Oh no, whoa.
She then counteracts with a beam of her own. Both are now at standstill.
Shiver my timbers up.
Noticing this revelation, the scientist immediately tells
Whoa.
Weapons team,
the order
listen up. Today,
to
we're gonna
deploy
put an
the
end to
bubble.
the imagined order. Look,
This
our
traps
target is their weapon system.
Geno and the Queen,
Ground team, status.
Ground team standing by.
to which they cannot escape.
It's a guy from Fortnite. Guy from Fortnite.
Something's happening.
I rated
There
everybody
all
in
the
my
troops
house.
begin to exit through the 0 point,
Oh. Dude, look at that. She has
letting them know
See, and this
that war is coming.
Don't swear, this is PG-13. I'm recording now.
The imagined and the
Right
over
out.
stare at Geno,
My ears are bleeding.
Dude, this is crazy.
sorrowful
Crew to battle stations.
but not regretful.
Let's go.
That's me. That's me.
The team managed to make it back to the island, thinking all was calm. But what they didn't realize is that Geno killed the Queen and broke up the bubble. He made his way through the point, 0 point, and to the island. The 7 are getting ready to fight.
Okay, shoot the watch.
Systems hot.
Shoot the watch.
Weapon. Now clear us a path through those rocks.
I'm
going later.
They charge at each other.
Although
Although it is clear Geno is going to win.
I'm going the laser beam. Everyone aim
What they
straight.
failed to notice was Gunnar and Dr. Sloan sneak out of sight.
I'm going middle.
Oh, be careful. One blow.
The 7 are immediately beaten up,
Where's that one? What the heck
Prepare
is
for
that?
evasive
Oh,
maneuvers.
broken.
Dude,
The scientist knows he has no chance. Ready to accept death, he stands up one last time
Dude, look at the island.
and raises his fist.
He got banned for not safe in terms of
What is
service.
this island?
That's kind of sick.
Prepare for re-entry.
Geno begins to construct an army out of the 0 point. He resurrects
Where's the ice? Oh, it's...
the original monster,
Oh, look at this.
Chapter 1, and sends down from the ice moon. Not fully stripping the 0 point of his power, his army is made of nothing but
We
steel.
don't have much time to get the collider.
I see my target. See my
Clear a
target.
path. I'll get us there.
Okay, let's go.
This army now stands in front of the sun.
Yeah,
Just-
nothing we can't handle.
No, it's
Just we
that.
figure it
The
out.
wind
Aim for the left one,
drops.
aim for the left
Just
one.
what he said.
Silence fills the air
No,
as the
okay,
scientist
no,
looks
right
around
one.
confused.
Tanks to the left, tanks to the far left, far left, far left.
Just do me silent.
Top left.
Geno has one last strip of his sleeve left.
Oh, dude.
Using the 0 point's power, he rifts through Thanos
It's
and
the
uses
entire
his
line,
shield.
it's the person at the top of your screen. That's the person at the top.
Alongside that, many other villains, other universes, cross the 0 point power.
I'm
Laser
shooting for
strike.
the right
10
one.
o'clock. Straight sprint
On the
back.
bridge, on the bridge.
in an endgame style music and scene.
To Heartbreaker.
The music kicks in as the scientist hears the voice of Sloan through his headphones, instructing him to turn around. A rift opens as Sloan and some imagined peace fills his watch. Then more rifts open as Marvel characters walk through, and with multiple DC, Halo, multiple heroes walk through. More IP imagined peace forces walk through, with loopers all over the place rising up and joining with them. The newly built up POIs powers up and launch shields and aims cannons. Blimps rise, tanks move, everything is ready.
Copy.
The 7 have one last trick.
We're down. All systems
The
damaged.
Mecha Strike Commander
We're not going anywhere. without
tears on up from underneath, behind Jen. It launches up from the ground and lands next to Sloan. A rift then tears open. Their rift beacons they built were not to bring through other cylinders or rockets.
Working. Really for the win.
They were designed to bring
We
through.
are back online.
The original Mecha Team leader arrives through the portal,
Collider's charging up. We gotta move.
ready. Now standing at either side of the 0 point, both armies get ready to charge. All until a beam of light appears in the sky. And the sky tears open. The last reality has arrived. The Queen with them. It is revealed that in a flashback, Jenna didn't fully kill the Queen. Simply blasted her away. Now all three forces are ready to fight. And as the music drops, they will charge. A mothership comes down through the portal with other ships charging down, with the Queen flying downward. Jenna and his army charge at the Islanders, with him leading the charge. And finally the Islanders charging at Jenna in the last reality. Led by the Foundation, the rest of the 7, Jones and Sloan. The final showdown has begun.
Our chance.
Both mechs immediately go for monsters, easily killing one and injuring the other. Motherships fire upon mech as the IP airships fire upon the UFOs. Thanos' ship fires up at the mothership, destroying it with only a few blasts.
I knew it wasn't reactive. I told you it wasn't gonna work.
Foundation gets knocked down by Geno.
Can you hear me? Anybody hurt?
Oh no, seriously.
Come on your feet, let's go.
The Foundation, Geno and Q and Queen clash. Punches are thrown and chunks of land are ripped up and Q's are spun.
So we gotta go.
Foundation gets knocked down by Geno, who gets thrown off by the Queen. Before she can kill the Foundation, Origin appears. Memories flood in as we see him in love with the Cube Queen. In return, visions the same. All this, however, is gone. He charges at her, using his powers on her. With her using hers on him, they are both equal image. Till the Origin takes a bit of 0 point. Stronger than the Cube Queen, she starts to lose her powers and begins to break down. In one final blow, he charges up and fires everything out at her. She is knocked down and Origin speaks to her. He states you could have used that power and reigned for good. Instead you abused it. And in one single use of this power, he fires upon her, and she fades and explodes. The last reality starts to get destroyed. The main mothership blowing up completely. Everything is broken. Ships fall down as Geno and the Seven begin to fight. IP airships fire at Thanos' ship, but it takes no damage. It takes no damage. Instead, they are beginning to get destroyed, and it seems the island is losing. The Mecha Strike Commander pulls out its sword from behind him, and the Mecha Team Leader pulls out his own sword from the ground. Together they slice Thanos' ship, and he is killed in the explosion. Geno is now furious. He rises from the ground, turning the sky red. Chunks of land begin to raise as he takes more and more energy from the zero point. The two mechs are pushed back and cannot get close to his power. The Foundation ceases power gaining and realizes that he is one with the zero. And by destroying the zero point, Geno will be defeated. The Foundation tells the Visitor and scientists to destroy the zero point. While the Origin and he kept Geno busy, he told the sisters to go help the other two. The Visitor and scientists reach the zero point and begin the launch sequence, and the sisters appear and tell them to stop.
This is our best chance to find him.
They explain the situation, and Sloane walks in. Tells them there's no use, because Geno has lost. This is when Geno appears, but is a ghostly form, a non-corrupt, loving father, manager. He looks at Sloane and thanks her, apologizes to her for not sending any of the missions. He walks to his sisters and holds them both, telling them to all be okay, by explaining the 0 point. Jones arrives and sees Geno and hugs him, understanding the situation. The rocket is seen as it crashes down to the 0 point. It explodes. And we get flashbacks of previous seasons and events, starting from all the way from chapter 3 to chapter 1.
Now this is going to lead into the next season, I'm telling you. They're going to go find Geno.
And the meteor crashing down to the island, all of the end of it music slowed down, playing in the background.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
It's just going to
Downtime.
black screen.
Fortnite
Yeah, I told you, it's going
Is it?
straight to downtime. Yeah, that's it. That's 100%.
The islanders wake up,
Oh, TB can.
free from the loop.
There is. Oh, dude.
They can do whatever
Apparently
they
it's
want.
called the new season. One of
The Sevens help they are able to travel between both islands. And with the 0 points power,
That was sick.
they even bring back
That was
the
good.
original chapter
Oh,
1
look,
island.
the music in the background's reacting to the music.
But to do that, they also
That
had to
was a good event,
create
guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.
a new island.
Ooh, that was,
Chapter 4
yeah, that was
begins.
a really good event. I almost missed
Thank
out
you
as well because
for listening.